Hey beautiful people, welcome to my platform. My name is Theodora. I am a yoga teacher, a holistic therapist, energy healer, and also a light worker, helping with the ascension and transition of humanity during this time. So it is currently July 2020. So whenever you see this, we are going through a transitional time, a very big one, where things are being cleared out. So hence the video today. I wanted to talk about abuse because it is quite rife, maybe not on the mainstream media, but definitely on the social media platforms. Not just physical abuse. So firstly, I want to say that abuse is not just one gender, one age group, one race, one culture. It is a widespread global issue covering all genders, all ages, all cultures, all subcultures, and all nations. There isn't one place or corner in the world that is not suffering at the hands of abuse. It could be from a corporate level, in the government, corporations abusing the people who live on land that is very nutrient dense, and they're stripping away the nutrients from this place and paying them next to nothing peanuts, right? So that's one level. Then you've got the personal level here, which is what I'm really going to discuss today. You've got women being the abusers, onto men, onto children, onto animals, and you've also got them being at the hands of abuse. You've got men, again, at the hands and also being the hand. You've got children. Now, children are very influenced by their environments. If they are seeing their parents and other groups of friends, depending of course what age, abusing other people, whether it's physically, whether it's mentally, whether it's emotionally, so bullying, or actually physically fighting, they're also going to start to mirror those actions and those behaviors, which is tending what happens when children have suffered sexual abuse. They tend to be the ones who are carrying it out down the line. Okay, so that's another thing. And then you've also got animals who are suffering abuse through their owners. Okay, so that's the first thing that I want to talk about, that abuse covers every single being pretty much on this planet. Right, the next thing is I want to talk about the different types of abuse. So you have, again, as I mentioned, the corporations abusing people or taking advantage of the less wealthy or less powerful in terms of their influence over their land. We're seeing this everywhere, especially in the third world countries, where the corruption to the nth degree, which is slowly being broken down at the moment. Okay, I digress. Okay, so you've got physical abuse. Physical abuse is violence. So physical violence, hitting someone, beating them down, no matter what kind of ornament you're using, what kind of tool, whatever it is, that is, you've got your physical violence there. Beating up, street fights, whatever. You've also got your sexual abuse into that. Okay, so taking advantage of someone sexually, no matter what age, no matter what gender, and no matter what culture. So please remember that. Then you've got your mental abuse, mind games, which psychopaths, they have no empathy and they are not like you and me. Okay, they are very, very different. They operate differently. Everything is to their own agenda. They're very good at manipulating stories, at controlling people and twisting the truth. Now, pretty much our world has been run by psychopaths for a very long time, and we have been at the hands of their games for far too long. And again, this is all shifting at the moment. So you have the mental abuse, the mind games, the manipulation, lying, and then telling people they're crazy. So then people are starting to question their own reality and their belief systems. Then you've got your emotional abuse, where you are constantly beating someone's confidence down, their self-worth. And again, if this starts from a young age, this will carry on through life, that someone's emotional state is completely shattered and broken. And it cannot not be repaired. Most things can be dealt with, but let's say it's easier to build up a confident child to an adult rather than to heal a broken child. Emotional games as well, lying, deception, again, embarrassing someone in the public so that again they're feeling unworthy, not good enough, abandoned. Then you also have then you also have the abuse that I sort of want to talk a little bit more about, the children. Okay, so not specifically their sexual abuse, but more in the fact that by the time a child is 6 or 7, they believe the world to be a certain way for the rest of their life. So the environment that a child grows up in, positive, negative, violent, peaceful, whatever it is, that is how they are going to see the world to be through their reality, unless that is changed over time for the rest of their life. So I would say 95% of the world right now is running off the belief, whatever they experienced as children, up until 6 or 7. Now, a child who has been bullied at school, a child who has never really received enough attention or love from their parents at home, again, that is a form of neglect and again an abuse, sometimes not always consciously done by parents, but it is also a side effect of the society and world we live in. And then also having people that are the ones who are there, who are meant to look after them and be their protectors, end up being someone who takes advantage of them. These children grow up to be the abusers, and which is what we are seeing rife throughout the world right now. Most of the people that are carrying out abuse have at one stage in their life also been at the hands of abuse. Now, I don't give them a pass for this. It's just an awareness for you to have and understand that inflicting pain on another must also come from a place of pain within yourself. Right. Okay, so we've talked about abuse. We've talked about who is in the category of who can be the abuser and who can also be the victim. Now, signs to look for with someone who has been at the hands of abuse. Now, this is a general overlook and signs to see in people. One is not making eye contact or very little eye contact. So if you have always been spoken down to throughout most of your life, or even been in a relationship where you've been manipulated or taken advantage of, very rarely will you actually look up. You'll tend to look to the floor, you'll look to the left, you'll look to the right, but you'll very rarely actually make eye contact. Why? Because the eyes are the window to the soul. You cannot hide unless you're a psychopath, because again, they don't have empathy, they don't feel things, they don't have compassion, they're not quite switched on, connected to the heart, they're very cold. And narcissists fall into this category, but I don't really like that word because it's overused and the famous word right now. They will avoid eye contact. Okay, so that's one sign. Low confidence, low self-esteem is also another trait of someone who suffered at the abuse. Addictions as well. So whether it is drug addiction, alcohol addiction, sex addiction, even money addiction, I think it more needs to be something that you're consuming. Sex, again, can be carried out on someone and you're taking out the abuse or the aggression onto them. And then sex addiction can also go further into the types of sex that you have, which can be S&M, BDSM, then going into bestiality, and then further down the line can go into pedophilia. Again, pedophilia generally is with someone who has suffered that type of abuse in their younger years, okay? So it gets triggered in them to do the same thing. Right, so just a few tools there for you to be aware of. At the moment, we are clearing out a lot of these ways of being. Please be aware that most people have been at the hands of abuse. Could be from your teacher, could be from your parent, And sometimes you may also take out verbal abuse. I mean, even I will sometimes project an F you to some driver. Okay, that's verbal abuse, right? Even though it's not directly at them, it's in my car, but still. So on the serious note, please be aware that many broken people have created very good masks. Please be aware of the signs. Please know that you are not alone if you are someone who has been at the hands of abuse. Your trauma can be healed, okay? No matter what type of trauma that you've been through, no matter what type of abuse, please know that there is help out there. Counseling is wonderful. Psychotherapy, psychology are wonderful tools, but you need to go deeper than that. This goes more than just talking about your issues, because the mind will manipulate you because it's so used to creating stories that it will talk, and the real depth of the issue is never dealt with. So you need to go into your subconscious. You need to go perhaps into hypnotherapy, into energy healing work. Color therapy also works. You need to get into the physical body, or better yet, into the energy body where the trauma is stored, and heal that aspect. Okay, patterns can be broken. People, please realize that you do not have to be the sufferer your whole entire life. You can take that experience, because that is all it is. Your soul will never be tarnished. Everything is a human experience. It is temporary. Please do not feel as though this is a branding on you, okay? Things can be broken. Your mind can be reopened. Your mind can heal. Your heart can heal. Your soul can heal. And your body can heal. We may not be able to take the scars away physically, but we can take and heal those scars that you've been carrying within. I think that's it, people. So please keep in mind that no one is void of abuse. No gender, no race, no age. There are signs to be aware of, and please do be mindful and cautious of certain words and things that you watch, that you listen to, that can trigger your trauma, which will keep you in the cycle of abuse. Much love and light to you all. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out either down below in the comments. If you would like to personally send me a message, please hit me up in the DMs. And if there are any of you out there who have been suffering abuse and are afraid, again, please reach out. I am more than happy to give you a hand and see how I can be of help and service to you. This is what I'm here for. So love and light to each and every one of you. Remember that this is temporary. We will get through this, and we will heal this. Love and light to you all. I'll see you all soon. Take care.